Welcome back. As we all know that Jesus, peace be upon him, was one of the prophets who had several names and was given many names on many occasions according to many stories, and but the most significant name that was given to Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, was the Messiah. The Messiah had a story and it was related. Everyone knows that story. Of course, as we all know, that Quran acknowledges the birth of Jesus Christ. As we all know that Christmas is an occasion that celebrates the birth of the prophet of peace and tolerance and forgiveness, Jesus Christ, peace be upon him. There are lots of stories that are related to the night that Jesus, peace be upon him, was born, and the star and the angels and the stories behind the angels, and every angel predicted the story that Jesus, this baby Jesus, is going to bring peace to the world, bring tolerance. And we know the story of Virgin Mary, peace be upon her, the birth, and when she was giving birth, and the story that was related prior to the birth of Jesus, peace be upon him. That was mentioned in a surah in the Quran, the Holy Quran, under the name of Mary, Surah Maryam, or Surah Mary. Islam talks a lot about the birth of Jesus Christ, and how also at a certain time they were protected by Muslims and their escape and everything. I'm going to leave it to elaborate more professionally, of course, with our guest, Dr. Mohamed Al-Araby, or Sheikh Mohamed Al-Araby. He is a prominent Azhar scholar and a member of the World Association for Azhar Scholars. Hello, Doctor, and Merry Christmas to all of us, and Happy New Year to you.
Welcome you. Happy New Year for all Egyptians.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and like Dina mentioned, that the Prophet Jesus is highly estimated in Islam, and if you can shed some light on the presence of Prophet Jesus within the Holy Quran.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Rasulullah. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, praise be to Allah, Lord of Al-Alameen. Peace and blessings be upon the Prophet, his family, his companions. When we speak about Jesus, peace be upon him, we can't forget in a way that Allah had mentioned him in his Holy Quran in about 25 verses. Allah had named surah of his Holy Quran with Mary or Maryam, as you said before, not with the name of Khadija or Aisha or Amina. So when we speak about Jesus, we can't forget speaking about Mary or Maryam, peace be upon them. Allah had spoken about the pure pairs of Jesus, peace be upon him, and spoke to Mary, peace be upon her, إن الله اصطفاك وطهرك واصطفاك على نساء العالمين. Oh Maryam, Allah has chosen you and purified you and chosen you above all women of mankind. When we speak about Islam, Jesus, peace be upon him, has a special or a unique position in our religion and in our holy book. We Muslims, all Muslims, must respect and believe in Jesus as we believe in all prophets before. Allah ordered us, commanded us to believe with all prophets. قولوا آمنا بالله وما أنزل إلينا وما أنزل إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط وما أوتي موسى وعيسى والنبيون من ربهم لا نفرق بين أحد منهم ونحن له مسلمون. Say we believe with Allah had sent to his prophets, to Ibrahim, Ismail, Ishaq, Jacob, and Al-Asbat, son of Jacob, peace be upon him. And believe with the book that Musa, peace be upon him, had given, and Joseph, peace be upon him, had given also. We believe with all prophets. There is no difference between any prophets of them, and we are Muslims with all prophets. Jesus, peace be upon him, when we speak about him, we can't forget also that Allah spoke about him and Adam, peace be upon them. إن مثل عيسى عند الله كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. Both Adam and Jesus, peace be upon them, had mentioned in the Holy Quran in 25 verses. So Allah spoke about them in these verses. The case of Jesus with God is the same case of Adam, peace be upon them. Allah said to him, be, then he came to being. So Allah had created him from dust and said to him, be, he came into being also. Both Jesus, peace be upon him, and Prophet Mohammed, peace be upon him, came to call people, preach people, to do good deeds, to deal peacefully, to live in security, and speak in good manners with all mankind.
Right. Let me take this opportunity to verify something that's very important. Of course, as we all know, that moving to the history of Islam and the origin of Islam, when Prophet Muhammad wanted to spread his da'wah or the mission of Islam and this religion, they had to immigrate.
No.
From Mecca to Medina.
No.
And with this immigration, they established the first contract or the first constitution.
No.
When they established a Muslim community, I want you to talk about how he dealt with minorities, with Christians, with Jews, with even atheists, people who did not believe in God. How he embraced all these, all humanity in only one community and respected everyone regardless of his religion.
Yes.
Because this is very important.
Yes. The migration to Al-Medina is not the first migration, but it is the second migration, because the first was to Al-Habasha, which the ruler was Al-Najashi, and he was the Christ. The Prophet Muhammad raised him with a fair king. The second migration.
We need to talk about the one where the Al-Aqd al-Ijtimai was I mean the constitution, when he wrote the constitution
in Medina,
right,
yes.
in Medina.
The second migration was to Al-Medina. When the Prophet Muhammad migrated to Al-Medina, he established the constitution which we called Aban Sahifa, which detailed duties and rights between all people, all levels they live in Medina. He spoke to all people, because he is a messenger to all people. Allah assured that in his book, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا, not for your friends, not for Quraysh, but وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have just sent you as a mercy for all mankind. So he dealt with all people in Medina, regardless religion, color, race, anything rather. So our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, deal with them in one community, try to cooperate. They also try to cooperate with the Prophet and his friends, his companions, in peacefully, in security, to establish these principles and to spread these principles not just in Medina but all over the world, because he, as we said before, Rahmatan lil Alameen, mercy of all mankind. And when we search in our Islamic papers, Islamic scenes, Islamic pictures, we find many scenes that assured that there is no distinction, there is no hostility, conflict between Islam or any religion, especially Islam and Christianity. We find the first migration was to Al-Habasha, was Al-Habasha, and Najashi was its ruler, and he was the Christ. Also, when the Christ of Najran came to Al-Medina, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, opened his mosque to them and gave them some of his mosque to pray all days they are staying in Al-Medina. Also, Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, the sixth caliph in Islam, had married one of Christian women, which was Maysoon, his mother of his son Yazid. Also, when we speak about Adam Meads in his book, The Islamic Civilization, we can't forget that he described this state, an Islamic state, and said there is no difference between Muslims and Christianity in the Islamic State.
Yes, remarkable examples definitely of the peacefulness of Islam and the way the Muslims were dealing with Christians. So I really admire those examples. But if you can shed also some lights on other examples that showcased how Muslims were treating Christians.
Yeah. Before we speak about examples, we must speak about peace in Holy Quran and peace in the other books. Allah had spoken about peace in His Holy Quran in about 130 verses to make us love peace and deal with peace with each other, all mankind, not just the people of our relation, but all religions. When we speak about peace in Quran, we find that Allah had mentioned peace in many meanings. Peace comes in Holy Quran as a name of Allah, Al-Malik Al-Quddus Al-Salam, the King, the Holy, the peace. When Allah speaks about the peace, He addressed Nuh alayhi salam saying, "Ihbit bisalam," come down peacefully. When we speak about peace, He named the paradise with peace, lahum daru salami and rabbihim, the home of peace to those who believe with Allah or in Allah. The great example when we speak about our Egyptian or our Egypt state, Al-Azhar had taught many Christians in his old institution. There was a place to many other religions to teach in Al-Azhar logic and Arabic studies, such as Wahbi Tadras, who is a great poet between Christians, and son of Al-Assal had taught in Al-Azhar also, and also son of Al-Aitar also taught in Al-Azhar these studies, this logic and Arabic studies. Also, when we speak about these pictures or these points, we must mention one of those who spoke about the tolerance or the peaceful coexistence between Muslims and Christians. He was named Young. Young wrote a book with named Egypt. He named his book Egypt. He spoke about the dealing between Egyptian and saying there is no difference between any one of Egypt because all are one. Either Muslims or Christians.
Interesting.
Right. The Sheikh or Dr. Mohamed Al-Araby, Azhar scholar and member of the Community for Azhar Scholars, would like to thank you very much, or the Organization for Azhar Scholars would like to thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
With all what you're doing. And right now we're going to go to a quick report that is talking about the religions or the complex of religions, and that's a detailed report that tells you all about it, and we'll come back to you to continue and resume with Nile Cruise.